Hey, how's everybody doing? God bless everybody. God bless every one of you. I'm gonna do this quickly and just take a rest, but I'm gonna do this very quickly and take a quick rest. I'm gonna speak about this VGMA, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale. I really did not want to get involved, um, but it looks based on my clientele or fan base. I really didn't want to get involved because then other people would start kind of getting to know what's happening in my country. But I think it's getting to a time that um, everybody has to just speak their mind at least, and we kind of um, know where to take it from. And this is really to address um, what's happening currently in Ghana, i.e., the issue that happened over the Ghana Music Award um, that caused all of that's happening, and hence the two young men, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale, have been banned indefinitely, stripped of their awards. I'd like to add my voice to it. Um, Before you talk about the problem, you've got to dig really into the root of the problem. And once you're able to dig into the root, you would be at a better standpoint to judge better. Um, for a very long period of time, there's been issues between Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale. Everybody knows about it. Um, and in the music industry, yes, I'm a gospel musician, but I'm very, very current. I'm very, very in tune with everybody and what's happening. What makes music interesting is when there are healthy rivals and you throw punchlines um, that will get fans to go and listen to it. You reply and it's healthy. You keep it healthy. But there are certain punchlines that or insults that once those statements are made, it really it could push one to a setting level that that person did not really want to get into. So when punchlines like somebody killed his mom or somebody is disabled, when certain punchlines are used, it really gets you to do something that you would never want to ever do. Stone Number one, Stonebwoy's disability is not by birth, is out of something that happened, an accident that he was involved in. So when somebody takes a low blow punch on that, it could hit sentiments where number one, you literally remind the guy of what happened to him. You literally remind him of how the incident occurred, the whiplash. When somebody loses their loved one and you make a statement like the person killed their loved one, it's it's a low blow because you don't know the sentiment and you can see how Stonebwoy feels about his mother. He's even done an album that is to remember his mom. That's how close and how much he loves his mom. Notwithstanding, Shatta is one of the best songwriters I've ever seen or heard or come across. His songs are deep. Shatta Wale has no point to prove to nobody. He's just somebody who's to live and leave a legacy in Ghana, and for time to come and many years to come, the Ghana would know that once upon a time somebody lived that was called Shatta Wale. Okay, so both of them in their own right are geniuses. They are amazing. They are artists that adds to Ghana music, because when it comes to reggae dance hall or reggae, which is connected to Jamaica, Ghana has it. Why? Because of the history between Ghana and Jamaica. It is believed that those who migrated from Ghana went into Jamaica. Now, I'm married to Jamaican. My kids are half Jamaican, half Ghanaian, and I know the Jamaican culture, and we have too much in common. The food we eat, the salted pepper, the salted fish, gobi, that's everything we literally eat is what Jamaicans eat. It shows culture. So the two artists are amazing artists that adds to Ghana music. You cannot talk about Ghana music and leave Stonebwoy or Shatta Wale. These guys are amazing. Yes, the fans do get you irritated or irritated, but these guys are just amazing. Now let's draw on what happened on that night. Like everybody has said, it was a bit frightening to see Shatta get up with his team. Even though perhaps he wanted to really congratulate, it would have been very good for Shatta to go alone just to say, well done, or even stand up and clap his hands and give thumbs up. Now, if you're there and you know that these are threatening stuff or messages that you've received, and then suddenly you see a team coming up to attack you, your defense mechanism will just rise up. My thing is on whoever was holding the weapon that handed it over to Stone. He looked like a security guy. Whoever was holding the weapon and handed it over to Stone, if he's a security guy, why didn't he pull the weapon but handed the weapon to Stone? Because if Stone had done anything stupid, they wouldn't jail that guy. They would jail the guy, they would jail Stone. Matter of fact, when the police called the two people, they didn't call that guy, they called Stone. So if the guy is dressed up looking like a security man and he had a king, because it says low network. So the guy who had the weapon, why didn't he take the weapon and handed the weapon to Stone? Now that's where my problem is, because Stone didn't go into the hall or the place with a weapon. Clearly the video shows us a security man, a bodyguard, Hans tells him that they're here. Now if you are a bodyguard, why do you give the artist or the person you're protecting the weapon to do the shooting? I thought you were the bodyguard dressed with muscles. You're supposed to guard your artist. So where it went wrong in the camp of Stone is that guy who handed the gun should be the one holding the gun. You take a blow for the team. Now, I also saw a military guy or a policeman also holding a gun on stage. That means that that policeman also panicked. That's why he took the gun first. Go watch. If you watch the thing, whoever was going on stage, there was one policeman or somebody who pulled a gun facing Shatta Wale's crowd. Now, what signal did he get to think that let him also pull a gun? Now, put yourself in Stonebwoy's shoes. You are standing with your manager who is Black City, and then you see that he crosses you on the stage, goes to his opponent, and you see that almost 30 people have pounced on your manager. And then somebody whispers in your ear. All your mind will tell you straight away is there is danger. Now, my problem here is the security man, the bodyguard, who told Stone that there's a problem is the one that should have protected Stone. You take a blow. I've had issues where my bodyguard took a blow for me because he had to tell me move away, and he dealt with it. Because if Stone had done anything out of anger, it's Stone Dill jail. And the bodyguard will come visit him in prison and say, oh, or and move to another person and start protecting. So if you are a real bodyguard, then you should have protected the boy rather than giving him the weapon to do whatever he wanted to do. That is the only problem I have with Stone's camp. That is the only problem I have in Stone's camp. Now let us come to Shatta House. Because I've just heard that the VGMA board have done this and they've made that decision that X, Y, and Z. You guys toured with these boys during your whatever. You toured with them. When you were touring with them, the security measures you put around, the security measures you guys put around them in the parks that you were touring was heavy. So even if there was a problem, you know how to whisk one person away. A whole event like VGMA, knowing that these two have an issue, what happened to the security measures that you guys put around? You guys didn't really have no security measure around. You had nothing there. I saw policemen going on stage and protecting Shatta. There are 3 policemen and a soldier man in uniform, and they were rather running. Why didn't they maintain order? Okay, when there's a boxing bout, you'd see that the 2 opponents will be put together, and then it's just to stare each other, tell each other that I'm going to fight you, I'm going to do this. And when you realize or discover that it's getting intense, you pull each other away. Knowing that this could be intense, you cannot tell me that you didn't know what was going on behind the scene. You cannot tell me that you didn't see how Shatta's people were shouting and how Stonebwoy's people were shouting. Where was the police guard? There is a police guard that when somebody is mounting on the stage, the police guard suddenly crosses. The police guard crosses and stand. About 10 policemen stand there and say, go back. Why did you guys have to leave Black City to do that job? Why did Shatta House leave Black City to have to tell the people that leave it? You leaving Black City to tell them to go back means stand by stage to maintain order. In churches, these protocols, they stand by the stage to maintain order. Just in case anybody is going on the stage, the protocol can tell them go back. You guys had nothing on stage. What if one of Shatta's guy had a weapon and they stabbed Black City? What if somebody could come in with a gun? What could have happened? Oh, Black City has been stabbed, right? So now coming down to VGMA and your meeting and now they messed up our event. Take some responsibility. Admit that you didn't put the event right. Somebody said this. I think Sarkodie said this, that when you are please do not insult anybody here. I'm not here to insult anybody. Please don't. But put yourself in like Sarkodie said, awards night are for the industry people. You open the door to collect money from any and anyhow, anybody. And these guys were actually at the front. the front that's right close to your VIP people. These guys were not even sitting at the back. They were sitting at the front. These guys who came with Shatta, they were sitting at the front. What security check did you even do that we have to check outfits? We have to check. We have ambassador of this. We have ambassador of that. So we have to maintain order. If you look like this, we wouldn't let you enter. Go check Nigerian awards. They will tell you if you look like this, you're not going to sit around here. Go check Nigerian awards. And I can say it because I go to Nigeria. If you look like this way, if you're dressed like this, you cannot sit here because we have VIPs sitting here. You guys made anybody sit anywhere. An awards night where people were dressed modeling, others were wearing t-shirts. You didn't mind because they paid good money, or even if they came for whatever, you took them in. Look at the time distance. Look at the time distance at which they got on stage. It took about 20 seconds. It took about 20 seconds for them to get on stage. 20 seconds for them to get on the stage. So if one needed to attack anybody there, it would have taken a few seconds. Next time when you're organizing your thing, do dress codes. And then when you realize, that's why the Ghana Movies Award, when Fred Nwamadems and his team was doing it, they said there is this dress code, and when you're not dressed like this, we're going to kick you out. And they kick people out because of dress code. That's what award ceremonies are for. So your security was not tight. That made these guys come. What if Stone was still shaking Abeku's hands and all he could see was Shatta Wale being stopped by security? Will Stone take a gun? No. If Stone was shaking the hands and then he saw Shatta Wale being stopped and told go back, would anybody take a weapon? No. But you see, here everybody is looking for scapegoats. So you suspend them indefinitely. Okay, choose not to give them the most popular song or the artist of the year. Choose not to give them that. But it affects their music now because you've now stripped them off and told them to bring your plaque back. That means that you want to disassociate yourself with them, but you are not taking responsibility for what you did on that night. We didn't put security measures in place. We could have put in policemen there, or we could have told security men in case of anything, you guys jump to the front and make sure that the stage, whoever is on stage, because you see, anybody could have been attacked. You didn't do that. But you've come out to announce that we're now suspending these people and we're indefinitely doing this. And now, what is the police dealt with it? The police is still investigating. Look at how much the police charged them even to get them bailed. That's a big warning. The police have said, we are doing our investigation. We're taking them to court. That alone is good enough to hold them. I'm not going to do that again if police grab me and detain me for a whole day investigating, and they've had me go to court and I have a court date pending. That is good enough. You're not putting any point across, stripping them off everything, bring everything back, and it's at their music. But when you were doing your tour, you went with them. Why don't you also take responsibility and also say our security was bad? Because play it back. There were very important personals there. Kwame Sefakai was there. Every top guy was there. It was 20 years. What security measures did you put in place? Every top guy was there. The guys who walked to the stage walked 20 seconds to get on there. You had no security or policemen to even stand and say, get back quickly when you saw Shatta walking. Everybody saw Shatta's action. Everybody watched it. Some said he kicked chairs. When he was kicking the chairs, who stopped him? When he was saying, who stopped him? I heard my big brother Kwame Sefakai say he kicked the chairs and he was coming up. Who stopped him when he was kicking the chair? So if you're standing on stage and you see someone kick a chair and about 30 people follow him coming, and then you also see that they've attacked your guy and literally he's down, what would you do? You would stand and say, oh my God, stop it. No, without no security measure, nothing happening. Everybody's screaming. People are running. People shouting. Let's be a bit, I'm condemning what happened, but blame the security that was not there. Take responsibility. Okay, what is Ghana police doing to Shatta House for attempting to put an event together without adequate security? What is Ghana Music doing? And I lose nothing. I'm not interested in all these things. I'm not. But we have to defend the Ghana. We have to take care of our music. This is also Ghana music. They take care. Stonebwoy-Shatta Wale, they've also contributed a lot on Ghana music. So what is the police doing to them for not putting together adequate security to avoid these things whilst you knew it was 20 years? It means that they put everything together but did not bother about security. So who is also dealing with them? Who is dealing with them? Who is working on that? These young men have worked hard. I don't know Shatta personally. I know Stonebwoy, and I'm a big fan of Shatta. I love his music. What they did was not too good, but we're hitting them so hard. But it's not just them we're hitting. We're hitting Ghana music so hard. That same weekend, another foreigner comes into Ghana to put an album launch together. Everybody runs there. And it was the same genre, reggae and dancehall music. What do you think is happening? Ghana music is fading out in gospel, fading up in circular. We're killing our heroes. The same thing we did to Kwame Nkrumah. We're killing our own people. That is what we're doing. We're turning our heads against each other. We're making each other fight each other. Gospel artists are fighting each other. Secular artists. But nobody has been to this year when they nominated people to go for the BETs. No Ghanaian was part of it. When it comes to football, Ghana is finished. Look at what is happening to football now. Nigeria is in the under 20. Ghana, we don't even know what is happening to our soccer. We don't even know what is happening to Ghana. We need to wake